Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, today I want to talk about the news that actually is being talked about for today, which is regarding US CPI numbers. Okay, so what we have is this US CPI number. Okay, as you can see, it's coming up around 9:30. Okay, Malaysian time or Singapore time. Okay, so this is the focus of market for tonight. Okay, so what's going to happen or what market is actually looking for is actually on this number, which is on the year-on-year. Okay, so sorry, this number, that's a core CPI, and this number market is expecting around 7.2 or probably 7.3 or even more. If any number is bigger than this, I think this will be the highest number since 1981 or 1982. That means for almost about 4 decades. Okay, so if the numbers is very high and market is anticipating that Fed, okay, so market is anticipating that Fed probably will raise by 50 basis points this March 2022 FOMC meeting. So that's why tonight's what do you call tonight's CPI number is something that the market is actually anticipating very much. Okay, so let's see how the data looks like. Okay, any number probably way high, above 7% and above, you will see a lot of volatility in market. Okay, or anything below probably 5% or maybe even 6% and below, we also see lots of volatility. But anything between probably 6% plus up to about 7%, maybe we'll see quiet movement initially. Then later on, probably once the details comes up, because there are some of the details that are going into these numbers pretty much revolving around whether it's driven by energy sectors, okay, or due to energy or goods versus services, or is it due to maybe what we call it's called something, let me just see what is called reopening. Okay, that means reopening sectors like cars, new cars or second-hand cars. Okay, or it can be insurance. Okay, or it can be due to the travel activity, like for example airfares, and also food. On the energy, okay, or this also whether it's due to maybe house rent. Okay, so these are the things, probably the devil's on the details. Okay, once more detail comes out, then market probably will move in terms of direction, whether it's going to be US dollar strength. Okay, let me see if I can just draw it here, whether it's going to be a US dollar strength, okay, or it's going to be US dollar bearish or weakness. Okay, so these are the details that the market is looking for. It's around 9:30 Malaysia or Singapore time. I think in New York time is around 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so just before the US opening session, or 1 hour before US opening session. Okay, so with that, okay, let me move my chart into give me a second, I clear all the drawings. Okay, so let's okay, stop share and that. Let me share my screen. Okay, new share. Okay, I'm still sharing it. Okay, let me see. Okay, I need to. Okay, so this is gold. Okay, I think last week, okay, I kind of made a prediction that probably this 1810, okay, this 1810 or 1815 will be taken out or broken and probably go above about 1820, 1825 zone to create this left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Okay, but I also mentioned it that there's a potential just before the CPI data comes out. Okay, there could be one more leg higher towards this 1830 to 1835 zone. Okay, so last night and even until today is actually revolving or around this zone. It's just below this. I think if you draw a Fibonacci, you will probably just touching 23.6. Sorry, yeah, that level. Okay, around 1836. If you take zero from here, so the 100%. Okay, and you draw a zero, that means that this is a low to high. Okay, you'll be sitting this past this level, basically 88, 78, 61. All this golden Fibo ratio is actually broken and just sitting right now just at a 23.6. Okay, so what's next? I also predicted that most likely market will probably make a correction. Okay, we are assuming that will be a CPI data probably in the range of 7 to 7.2% on annual basis. Okay, so with that, we are expecting US dollar will strengthen or expected to strengthen. So I'm expecting maybe this support around 1825 is taken out first, then probably come down to about 1820. Okay, and maybe there'll be a bit of a retracement or correction or shallow correction, and probably test back around 1810 to around 1805. Okay, if we cannot hold, okay, or this 1810 zone, then most likely we are looking at one more time around 1800. Okay, so this movement, okay, until here might happen tonight or maybe only up to here. Okay, that means we are talking about let's say if I draw in a different color, only this movement happened tonight and this continuation might happen tomorrow. Okay, so it means here we are talking about this movement continuation will happen tomorrow, and then very likely next week. Okay, we are going to see this movement, maybe one more move next week. Okay, up here and then continue. Okay, but this also can happen tonight depending on the strength of the data that comes out on CPI. Okay, otherwise this only happen over 2 or 3 days, and then this will be the next 3 to 4 days. Okay, as long as there's no geopolitical tension revolving around what do you call Russia, Ukraine issues, or anything to do with the Middle East, or maybe North Korea, or probably even China, Taiwan. If it doesn't come out, then we are expecting this move being contained below, okay, below 1835 and 1830 zone. That means this will be a resistance, okay, for gold. Okay, guys. So let me just quickly summarize. I think the data is expected to be quite high on CPI. Hence, we are expecting US dollar to strengthen. Okay. So we are looking at this breakout of this neckline. Okay. And then probably retest. Okay. And then come back, then break out this trend line and probably retest, and then come down, test this 1800 big round number or psychological level. Once it's broken, then we are expecting further down to about 1780 or even further down to 1760. Okay, this might happen over 2 weeks time. Okay, so this might happen over 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time. And this part probably might happen tonight. Okay, this might happen tonight, and this over 2-3 days, and this even about 1 week. So this how the I'm looking at it, because we see on the bigger time frame. Okay, if you go on the daily time frame, the market is still expected to being contained below this down trend. Okay, so we are almost here on the resistance. Okay, so you probably can call it this a head and shoulder pattern, this a left shoulder, this a head, and this will be the right shoulder, so that it comes down, breaks this neckline. Okay, and then probably test again to further downtrend somewhere around to test back this low from previously. If I take it out here, okay, the last low is around 9th of August last year. That's almost about almost about 8-9 months ago. Okay, guys. So this is my prediction for tonight's CPI data for gold or XAUUSD. Thanks, guys.